it's Christy with the Chirp YouTube channel. I'm here for a little chat with you today about the word share. We talk with kids a lot about sharing. One of the things that adults, families, teachers, therapists, that kind of thing, want to teach kids is how to share. But what does share actually mean? That's what we need to discuss in this video. Most of the time when I hear an adult telling a child to share, it means that the child has to give a toy or something else, maybe food, to someone else. That is not what the word share means. Share means we're both using something together. If I'm sharing a truck, I am driving the truck and my friend is driving the truck too. If we are sharing the blocks, we're both building with the blocks at the same time. Share does not mean I give the blocks to Jacob and he plays with the blocks all by himself. Most of the time when an adult tells a child to share, it means that the child has to give something to someone else and the child doesn't get to play with it or use it anymore. It's gone. This is one of the reasons why so many of our kids have behavior difficulties when they hear the word share. And of course, it makes complete sense. Why wouldn't a child have a meltdown if he's super happy playing with a truck and an adult takes it away and gives it to some other child? That feels disempowering, it feels unloving, and it feels perplexing to a child who does not understand what's happening. Most of the time when an adult does this, it's because the adult doesn't want the child to be selfish. Well, guess what? Having favorite toys is not selfish. Having things that only belong to me is not selfish. I am not going to loan you my car. I'm not going to let you wear my wedding ring because they're mine. They're very important to me. Also, with the car, I would loan my car to some very valued people. There are other things I wouldn't loan to anyone because they're too valuable to me and they mean something to me personally. Children should have the right to that kind of object too. If there is one toy that is soothing, that brings so much joy to the child that he wants to have it on him all the time, we should not be forcing that child to give that toy to someone else to play with. It's disrespectful and it doesn't make sense to the child. It's true that we don't want our kids to be selfish. And it's true that we want our kids to learn social skills to be able to play with someone else. When we talk about the word share, playing with someone else is what we should be focusing on. One of the ways you can work on actual sharing is through a strategy that I call friend toys. If your students or your children are capable of playing with the same toy in the same vicinity without damaging each other, then this is a good strategy for you. If your children are not capable of that yet, then don't use this strategy because we want everyone to be safe. How this works is that you have a toy that can be played with by multiple children. For example, a train set, a Lego or building blocks set, a play house with lots of different people, something like that. When a child requests that toy, it has a little picture on it that says friend toy. And that means that if you want to play with this toy, you have to ask someone to play with you. And it's fine if that person says no, but you have to ask because it's more fun with more people. Obviously, our kids don't usually think that, but we want them to learn to think that, so we practice. You can have a little visual that the kid can pick a picture of a pier and put it on there, and then it would say, for example, Ethan, want to play, and then there's another space for whatever the toy is, trains with me? And so the kid takes this, the kid fills out the board with the picture of the kid and the picture of the toy, and then you take it to Ethan, and you help the child say, Ethan, want to play trains with me? And Ethan can say yes, or Ethan can say no. Either way, your child did a friend behavior and asked someone to play. And then we move on with the trains. Of course, we can take it down a step And when a child gets out the trains and another child sort of comes over because trains looks really fun, you say, "Come play." And we work on playing with the same toys at the same time. That's what it actually means to share, doing something together. So please keep that in mind when you are working with kids. Sharing does not mean I give you my thing. Sharing means we use the thing together. We should also, of course, talk about the fact that sometimes it's not appropriate for a child to have one thing for eternity. Sometimes we have to learn how to take turns. Adults sometimes mean take turns when they say share. If you mean take turns, say take turns, don't say share. How we work on taking turns is that we have pictures of the kids and pictures of the item. And for example, if it's the swing, then I have a picture of the swing and then a 1 and a 2 underneath the swing. And I put Judy's picture under the 1 if she's swinging. And if Ethan then wants to swing, I put Ethan's picture under the 2. And then when the timer rings, I usually make it 2 or 3 minutes, very short. When the timer rings, then Judy is finished and Ethan gets to swing. You can do the same thing with any highly preferred toy or activity, and kids learn that taking turns is not so bad because it's really short. In a little while, in a couple minutes, I will get my turn, and that's okay. If you have a kid who can't be in the vicinity with other children without aggression or without meltdowns, then you want to work on playing together, but you want to work on it a little farther apart. So for example, you might take half of the train tracks and half of the train cars and pull them over to one side of the classroom, and then you might take the other half and push them on the other side of the classroom. And then you have 2 kids who are both playing with train things, so officially they're sharing, but they're just not in very close proximity to each other because they can't handle that quite yet. And then as time goes on, we move them closer and closer together until they're able to play near each other, maybe actually talk to each other. And when that happens, then we support them to start building bridges on each other's ideas and working together to build the train tracks and having their trains crash into each other and all of those kind of fun things. It is a process. We can't just throw kids some toys and expect them to play well together. Most of our kids cannot do that. Any kid with a developmental delay or a diagnosis of some kind needs help with play. I have tons of videos on play, and I also have put some helpful links down below that you can peruse at your own leisure. This video, I just wanted to give you a quick little heads up that there are different ways to say take turns, play together, share, or give this toy to someone else, which I almost never say. The only time I would say that is if Ethan took Judy's toy and ran away with it. In that case, I would say, "That's Judy's," and I would give it back to Judy because Ethan did not come by it legally. Thank you for watching this video today. Please think about how you are using the word share. Make sure that it means playing together, because that is what share actually means. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!